Hello, this is a presentation by the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets about the Agricultural Resilience Against Tariffs program. Today, we will cover on the agenda a program overview, farm eligibility, the role of financial professionals, payment calculations, eligible products. We'll go over the application process, some submission tips, and finally, provide contact information. The Agricultural Resiliency Against Tariffs program was announced in Governor Hochul's 2026 State of the State address to help offset rising costs and market losses that New York farmers faced in 2025 because of federal tariff policy. In the fiscal year 2026-2027 state budget, $30 million was appropriated to the program to provide direct payments of a minimum of $1,000 and a maximum of $25,000 to eligible agricultural producers. Funds will be distributed through two tracks. Track 1, cow dairy farms. Track 2, livestock products, specialty crop aquaculture farms. Note, eligible farms with eligible products in both categories may apply to both tracks. However, they must apply separately to each track, and the combined payment is limited to $25,000 per legal business entity. Farm eligibility. Applicants must have had at least 2/3 of their 2025 federal gross income in excess of $30,000 derived from agricultural activities as defined by New York State tax law. If an extension has been filed with the IRS for the applicant's 2025 tax return, at least 2/3 of the applicant's 2024 federal gross income in excess of $30,000 must have been derived from agricultural activities as defined by New York State tax law. Applicants must have produced revenue from eligible crops in 2025 within New York State. Applicants must currently be in business and producing a crop that's eligible for the program. Eligibility must be certified by a qualified financial professional. The role of financial professionals. Due to industry need for timely distribution of funds, expected volume of applications, and existing relationships financial professionals have with agricultural producers, the department is asking that qualified financial professionals, CPAs, certified financial planners, and tax preparers with valid IRS PTIN number to assist producers by attesting that the applicant meets the farm income requirement of at least 2/3 of their federal gross income in excess of $30,000 derived from agricultural activities as defined by New York State tax law. This is required for all farms applying. And attesting that New York State adjusted gross farm revenue figure provided is true and accurate to the best of their knowledge. This is for livestock products, specialty crop, and aquaculture farms only. Payment calculations. Once all applications are received by the department by the deadline and approved, final payments for each track will be calculated separately. The deadline to apply is August 11th, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. For the cow dairy farms track, payment will be based on a market loss calculation determined by 2025 pounds of milk produced. Applicants will be paid a fixed amount per volume depending on determined by the funds available. Up to $10 million will be allocated for this track. For the livestock products, specialty crops, aquaculture farms track, payments will be determined by a formula based on gross sales, production costs, and average input cost increases from 2024 to 2025. The allocation for this track is at least $20 million. In no case will an approved eligible entity receive less than $1,000 or more than $25,000. Eligible farms with eligible products in both categories may apply to both tracks. However, farms choosing to do so must apply separately to each track. Note, revenue from any row crops eligible under the USDA Farmer Bridge Assistance Program, example, corn, soybeans, barley, wheat, etc., are ineligible under the Agricultural Resilience Against Tariffs Program, regardless of whether a payment was received from the federal government. Track 1, cow dairy farms. Eligible products for cow dairy farms. Cow dairy milk produced in 2025, not including dumped milk that causes bulk load contamination for which a producer received an insurance indemnity. Milk dumped on the farm by order of any state officer or employee, or cow dairy milk sold to consumers raw. This track also applies to those applicants who process their own milk, producer-dealer. Producer-dealers must provide pounds of cow dairy milk produced, processed in 2025. Cow dairy milk sold to consumers raw or milk from non-bovine animals must apply under Track 2 as a livestock product. Application process. Part A, application information online form is available at agriculture.ny.gov. Part A asks applicants to provide their legal business name, contact information, business type, and pounds of milk produced during 2025. Upon submission of Part A, applicants will receive an email from NY Farm Tariff Relief at srv-cld.ny.gov containing a copy of Part A responses, Part B, Part C, and Part D, and a unique application ID number. Part A is available at agriculture.ny.gov. Part A is due Tuesday, August 11th, 2026, but it's highly recommended you submit Part A as soon as possible. Part B, production information. Part B asks applicants to provide their unique application ID number, repeat entry of their 2025 production information, and the last 4 digits of their federal tax ID number, either a Social Security number or an employee identification number. Applicants will be required to attest to the accuracy of the information provided. Part B must also be reviewed and certified by a licensed third-party financial professional, a CPA, CFP, or tax professional with a valid PTIN number. In the case of Track 1, dairy, the third-party financial professional must only attest that the applicant had at least 2/3 of their 2025 federal gross income in excess of $30,000 derived from agricultural activities as defined by New York state law. Please note, the applicant must arrange for the third-party financial professional review and certification must be included with Part B. All applicants must sign an attestation for Part B before a notary public. Once complete, Part B must then be converted to an electronic document, either a PDF or an image. The electronic version is submitted via email to tariffrelief@agriculture.ny.gov by Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. Part C, substitute form W-9 request for taxpayer ID number. Part C asks applicants to complete a substitute W-9. This form is required in order to receive payment. The form must be signed in order to be processed. Part C must then be converted to an electronic document, either a PDF or an image. Then the electronic version must be submitted by email to a different email address, w9.fiscal@agriculture.ny.gov. That must be submitted also by Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. Part D, Records Release Form. Part D asks applicants to authorize release of their 2025 milk production volume from their milk cooperative or milk dealer. Information provided by the cooperative or processor will only be used to verify production data that was inputted by the applicant. Part D must then be converted to an electronic document, either a PDF or an image. The electronic version is then submitted via email to tariffrelief@agriculture.ny.gov by Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. Track 2, livestock products, specialty crop aquaculture farms. Eligible products, livestock products, specialty crop aquaculture farms. Livestock and livestock products include eggs, cattle, sheep, hogs, goat, poultry, natural fiber, cow dairy milk, sold to consumers raw, milk from non-bovine animals, and other animals raised as livestock. Specialty crops include those products that are listed as eligible under the USDA Specialty Crop Block Grant Program. Aquaculture products include fish products, water plants, and shellfish, excluding wild harvested products. Track 2 application process. Part A, application information. Part A asks applicants to provide their legal business name, contact information, business type, and New York adjusted gross farm revenue for 2025. This form is submitted online through Microsoft Forms. Upon submission of Part A, applicants will receive an email to the provided email, New York Farm Tariff Relief at srv-cld.ny.gov. That email will contain a copy of Part A responses, blank application Part B, C, and D, and a unique application ID number. Part A is available at agriculture.ny.gov. Part A is due August 11th, 2026, but it's highly recommended you submit Part A as soon as possible. Part B, revenue information. Part B asks applicants to provide their unique application ID number, repeat entry of their 2025 revenue information, and the last 4 digits of their federal tax ID number, either a Social Security number or an employee identification number. Applicants will be required to attest to the accuracy of the information provided. Part B must also be reviewed and certified by a licensed third-party financial professional, CPA, CFP, or tax professional with a valid PTIN number. For Track 2, the third-party financial professional must attest that the applicant had at least 2/3 of their 2025 federal gross income in excess of $30,000 derived from agricultural activities as defined by New York state law. They must also attest and certify that the New York adjusted gross revenue listed on Part B is true and accurate to the best of their knowledge. Please note, the applicant must arrange for the third-party financial professional review and certification, and it must be submitted with Part B. All applicants must sign an attestation for Part B before a notary republic. Once complete, Part B must then be converted to an electronic document, either a PDF or an image, and then the electronic version will be submitted via email to tariffrelief@agriculture.ny.gov by Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. Part C, substitute W-9 form request for taxpayer ID number. Part C asks applicants to complete a substitute W-9 form. This form is required to receive payment, and the form must be signed in order to be processed. Part C must then be converted to an electronic document, either a PDF or an image. Then the electronic version is submitted via email to w9.fiscal@agriculture.ny.gov by Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. Adjusted gross farm revenue calculation. Livestock products, specialty crop, aquaculture farms must calculate their 2025 New York adjusted gross farm revenue in order to apply. Step 1, enter 2025 revenue from eligible livestock and livestock products. This includes cow dairy milk sold to consumers raw and milk from non-bovine animals. Step 2, add 2025 revenue from eligible specialty crops products. Step 3, add 2025 revenue earned from eligible aquaculture products. The total will be your New York 2025 adjusted gross farm revenue. This figure needs to be entered in your Part B application and certified by a qualified third-party financial professional. Revenue calculation should be based on the value of minimally processed eligible agricultural products. Example, cut, washed, trimmed, packed product. Because revenue from row crops included in the USDA Farmer Bridge Assistance Program are ineligible under this program, regardless of whether a payment was received from the federal program or not, any revenue from their production should not be included in the New York adjusted farm revenue calculation. Mission tips. Before you start Part A, add New York Farm Tariff Relief at srv-cld.ny.gov and Tariff Relief at agriculture.ny.gov to your contacts and safe sender list. If you do not receive an email within 1 or 2 business days, contact Tariff Relief at agriculture.ny.gov or call 1-800-554-4501 for assistance. Submit Part A as soon as possible. Do not wait until the application deadline. Remember, there is also a Part B, C, and D for cow dairy farms that you will need to complete and submit before the deadline. When submitting Part B and Part D to Tariff Relief at agriculture.ny.gov, include your unique application ID number in the subject. Application ID XX as an example. When submitting Part C, substitute W-9 form, remember it goes to a different email address, w9.fiscal@agriculture.ny.gov. Identify your professional and initiate your financial and professional and initiate communication with them now. If you don't have an existing relationship with a qualified financial professional, New York FarmNet offers free resources to help farmers find financial services and can help you find one to certify your application. New York FarmNet can be reached at cals.cornell.edu/NY FarmNet or by 800-547-3276. Remember, the application deadline is August 11th, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. All parts must be complete and received by the deadline to be processed. If you have any questions about the application, you should start by checking the FAQs and program guidance document on the department's website, www.agriculture.ny.gov. We are continually updating the frequently asked questions as they come in, and the program guidance documents provides detailed step-by-step information. So whenever possible, you should take advantage of these resources to most quickly address your questions. Finally, contact information. To apply and/or learn more about the program, visit the New York State Department of Agriculture website at agriculture.ny.gov. You can call the 1-800 number, 800-554-4501, or you can email tariffrelief@agriculture.ny.gov. Thank you.